Hi, this is Michael Anthony Peruka for Institute on the Constitution. In a recent column in the Baltimore Examiner following the debate between two former Maryland governors, reporter Doug Gill lamented that he didn't live in Nevada or some other state that allows voters to cast a ballot for none of the above. Now, much of the column was dedicated to criticizing the two debate participants who have both served terms as Maryland governor and, according to the writer, have both been a failure. Mr. Gill went on to mock Mr. O'Malley's use of the term New Americans to describe illegal aliens by wondering aloud that should he decide to move uninvited into the home of a complete stranger, he might be accepted, cared for, and referred to as a new family member. It was clear from Mr. Gill's column and his discussion of the column with a local talk show host that neither Mr. O'Malley nor Mr. Ehrlich are, in his view, qualified to hold the office that they are seeking. But by desiring to vote for none of the above, the larger truth of the matter seems to have evaded Mr. Gill. There are, in fact, three other candidates on the ballot, including one named Eric Knowles, the candidate of the Constitution Party, who has publicly declared his commitment to follow the Constitution of Maryland and the Constitution of the United States if elected. Regrettably, Mr. Gill spends no time investigating or reporting on the positions or the principles of any of these other candidates and defaults immediately to his tongue-in-cheek desire to vote for none of the above. Now, in our view, it simply is not logical to disregard the other candidates as not viable simply because they are less known to the general public. It is certainly easy enough to learn about their character, their knowledge of the Constitution, and their commitment to their oath of office. One can go to their website or simply web search their names and see and hear what they and others have said about them. Now, I would respectfully suggest that when we exercise the precious franchise of our vote, we take the time to look at all the potential answers to the question of who should serve in office. If we know that answers A and B are wrong, shouldn't we read and consider the suggested answers C and D and E before we choose F for none of the above? If we don't investigate these other possibilities, we may be skipping over the right answer and ultimately failing our most important test as citizens. This is Michael Anthony Peruka for Institute on the Constitution, bringing you the American View.